I wonder if, because when you were speaking before, I was thinking about, the impact of trauma, post-traumatic stress, abuse, all of those type of things that go on in someone's life. And one of the big impacts I see is around relationships, capacity to have relationships, how that starts to be impacted for lots of reasons. But then I also think about, being in the military, being in the police service, being in any emergency service role. Your connection or your family almost becomes these, and correct me if I'm wrong, but your family almost in some way becomes these people that you actually share your day-to-day experience with, because they've got your back. They have to have your back.
Yeah. Those people become your family, they become your life. Especially when you go into the emergency services, you got this big network of friends and people outside before you joined, and then you get in that external network gets smaller and smaller. You go to work, you work with these people, you usually work in the same teams, you socialise with those people, you have conversations with those people, you go and drink and do that sort of stuff. Everything revolves around work. So when you're affected by your job and you get post-traumatic stress or go off, those people aren't there for you anymore.
Yeah.
That network of friends. So it's really important when you're going into any organisation to make sure you maintain an external network of friends who are external, because you can have that disconnection from work to socialising. Because as the way it's been, unfortunate, the way it is and the way it happened with me is the fact that when you're in the job, you're part of that family. When something happens to you, post-traumatic stress, you're ignored, you're isolated, and you don't understand why. Whether I believe it's because of the fact that if they recognise that you're not coping, then they themselves have to recognise that they're not coping too. And because that mental stigma, that belief around what post-traumatic stress is, they don't want to admit that, because if they admit it, they're not coping, then there's consequences.
Yeah.
But it's important to maintain a balance between work, you go to work, it's great to have fun, but have friends, support, a network external to work.
Yeah, and I think that's important across the board, and I imagine it becomes more difficult in that type of role when you're actually. I remember someone speaking to me once, and he was saying, so he was military, so he was in the military, and he said that because you go over to another country, for instance, and you have these people that become your brothers, it would be his term, and you've got each other's back, your whole survival relies on these other people. And so it's when you come out of that, for instance, say you leave that service, the military, then there's almost something that wants to pull you back into it, because
miss that connection, that brotherhood, that sense of belonging, and that's what it was in the police, because the people you work with understand, they know exactly what you're going through. You've got this relatability, this relationship with them, this connection with them. So when you leave, you don't have that connection, especially when they're not there anymore. So you tend to judge yourself and really it affects you even more, that disconnection of it. But you don't know what they're going through as well. You don't know why they're not reaching out to you, and no doubt has to do with the culture, with the beliefs and things. But you have that sense of family.
Yeah.
But family comes with good and bad too. Sometimes family aren't always there for you and stuff. It's just if you can look at the perspective that you have to understand that maybe they're not coping as well, and that's why they can't reach out, and they don't know what to say. You don't know what to reach out to somebody, what to do, and what to say if someone who's struggling, because you don't know what it is either. Neither do they. So it gets hard, and then life gets in the way and everything else.